breathed out by you. Your spirit wrote through men like a pen in the hand of a God who knew that we would need to know.
Welcome back. Today we're going to cover the 22nd question from the New City Catechism. The question is this: why must the Redeemer be truly human? What we're learning is that the Redeemer had to be truly man and truly God. And so to answer the question, why must the Redeemer be truly human, the New City Catechism says this: that in human nature he might in our behalf perfectly obey the whole law and suffer the punishment for human sin, and also that he might sympathize with our weaknesses. Every year at our church we celebrate the coming of Jesus, that God became a man, and we also celebrate his death and his resurrection. Those are 2 times a year when we really do a lot of things. Part of what we do is decorate. And so when we decorate at Christmas time, there are lots of wintry, Christmassy things that we put out just as a part of the celebration. If you look closely at this, this is called flocking. And what it does is tries to mimic frost on the trees in the wintertime. But I have to tell you, even though I like flocked trees, I like some of the imitations we make, it's just not the real thing. So it's that time of day, as we sometimes have to do. Let's go outside to finish this. Well, here we are. Don't you love it when God's creation gives us a gift like this? Why would you want a cheap substitute when you can have the real thing? You know, it's the same way as it says in our Catechism question and answer this time. Jesus the Redeemer did not come as a symbol. He came as the real thing. We needed our Redeemer to be truly God and truly man. He became one of us. You see, he had to become one of us because as a sinless man, he had to keep the whole law in our place when we couldn't. He had to become one of us because as a mortal, he had to die in our place to take the death that we couldn't take. And he had to become one of us because as a weak man, he had to know our weakness. The book of Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 17, this would be a really good verse to memorize, by the way. Hebrews 2:17 says this: "Therefore he had to be made like his brothers in every respect, so that he might become a merciful and faithful high priest in the service of God, to make propitiation for the sins of the people." He satisfied what God wanted for us. So we ask the question, why must the Redeemer be truly human? And the answer is that in human nature he might on our behalf perfectly obey the whole law and suffer the punishment for human sin, and also that he might sympathize with our weaknesses. Why settle for a cheap substitute when you can have the real thing?
From Genesis to Revelation, there's one story.